What's up, Primal Gang? She made a video response to my comments, so I'm going to review this video. Let's get into it. The video is titled Why I Don't Just Add a Little Meat. And she shows here some muscle meat that is cooked with some toxic herbs on top.
So lately I've been getting comments from a particular person on some of my videos, and so far they've all been pretty polite, and I appreciate that because
I'm polite with everybody. You can't show me one person that I wasn't polite with. It's something else that they get their feelings hurt for some reason, but yeah, I'm polite.
feel like we can have debate or conversations without people being so defensive or argumentative in a way that's not productive. Some of the questions, it seems like this person may have been vegan in the past and they find that their health has improved or something has improved in their life when they've reintroduced animal products. And if that's the case for you, then that is your experience and nobody can say anything to that fact. I guess I don't understand why it is when there's a channel with a vegan on it or a plant-based person on it who's promoting what they've experienced or what they know from all the education or books that they've read.
Because I clearly see that you're missing out on stuff. And you're missing out on certain information, and I'm trying to give you that information, but I don't know. You don't seem to listen. Maybe in this video you're gonna explain it. But yeah, let's just watch your diet a little bit first. Yeah, let me just tell you my opinion about this food right here. This is what she eats, guys. So it's potatoes and mushrooms, like steamed up or something. No, I guess this is like the whatever, man. Yeah, it's that cooking machine, air fryer or what? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, it's potatoes and mushrooms cooked. Okay. Then she cuts up this broccoli. I guess this is raw. Why? Then she is gonna remove the leafy part from the kale. Okay. Why she doesn't eat the stem? Because yeah, she doesn't want to eat so much undigestible fiber. She just wants this part that is a little bit more softer. Okay, so she does put it, I guess, it in a steamer. She does some exercise. This type of exercise is not too stressful. I would do this. I even have a yoga mat right now, just placed like this flat, because I do like to believe that yeah, that's somewhat good for me to do some type of stretching in the morning. I almost never do it because I'm busy with something else or whatever. But I like to believe that yeah, that's a good thing, and I should do some type of stretching on a yoga mat. Yeah, that's definitely good for you. When I get an injury or something, I don't know, something hurts, I just get on a yoga mat and I do the stretching, and you have to watch how you breathe and all of that, and you can make pain go away. So yeah, it's definitely good for you. And lifting a kettlebell or whatever, I would say that's even better than going to the gym, and I would say this is more natural. Okay, I'm saying that this type of exercise, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's way healthier than lifting a lot of weight, to the point that where people like passing out or something. Yeah, also nothing wrong with that type of exercise. I guess she's doing it until she feels like, and then she just stops. It's not like she's forcing herself. Okay, I guess that was cabbage. Okay, so it's raw cabbage and steamed broccoli and kale. That's already a big portion, man. I could not eat this much, okay? Oh, I actually could not eat 1 tablespoon, but whatever. I guess she's like practicing like this so-called, what normies call volume eating, where you need to eat a big volume to feel satisfied or something. You need to feel your belly full or something. So it was raw cabbage, I guess, and steamed broccoli and kale, then some baked potatoes in the oven, and oh, I get it now. So she put the potato in the air fryer, and that's why it looks so brown. Okay, and I guess there was also some mushrooms, also in the air fryer. Okay, and then she places some type of grain. I guess it's lentil or beans or something. Yeah, I could not eat this food, okay? That would be impossible for me. Even as a vegan, I could not eat the green part. Maybe I could eat the potatoes, some lentils, of course, whatever. But the green part, man, that's difficult to eat so much. I don't know. I'm just saying that, yeah, this is not a delicious meal. And I had everything that you had here. But if you look at my shorts, my short videos, yeah, I can just close this up. Yeah, let's just watch the entire video. Okay, yeah, I can say that I had everything from there, whatever. But you probably never had something like this. Okay, you never had my foods. So I can have an opinion about your foods and just saying that, yeah, that's just too much. And in volume, it's just too much to eat that much volume. And yeah, it's not very nutritious at all, while my food is way more nutritious. You're basically just having fiber and carbs and a lot of anti-nutrients. And look at my plate, like this is the ideal human food, the ideal food for humans. Okay, and this is my sauce. My sauce is some egg yolks. Okay. And of course, I'm not scared of carbs or something. I do eat fruit. But yeah, I'm gonna explain more about that. Yeah, let's just continue watching this video. With keeping that in mind, that I think that's what she's missing out. That she's practicing this volume eating, which kind of sounds logical because it fills you up or something, but in the same time you feel empty because you just don't have the micronutrients from what I'm eating. Okay. All right.
Why it is that somebody might come on that channel and specifically talk about or ask why I'm not eating animal products.
Because I want the best for you, and that's why.
I can acknowledge that there are healthy people who are not vegan. I can also acknowledge there are vegan people who are extremely unhealthy. So we get that, because I think both sides can acknowledge that, and they're...
At least you're not eating seed oils, okay? Because seed oils would actually show up in forms of obesity or something. But yeah, at least you're not eating that. And at least I have some respect because you're eating like so-called whole foods, okay? You're actually what you showed in that short video, you actually show us whole foods, okay? And yeah, that's far more... yeah, I can say that at least you're not trying to cheat yourself with fake cheeses and fake mock meats or something. At least you are actually eating the whole foods.
There are definitely people on the extreme ends in both camps who will say that it's not possible. They'll say that it's not possible to be vegan because you can't get this, or that. Or there's never been an entirely vegan population to get.
Yeah, of course there hasn't been an entire vegan population because you just can't have multiple generations of 100% vegan people. It is just not going to happen. Like, I wish I could prove you this, that let's take some that would be like a horrible experiment. But yeah, let's say that there was a case where vegans just start reproducing or something, and we look at 10 generations from now what happens, and then we could, if they reach 10 generations, I don't know, if they do reach, then yeah, we could see what type of results does that um, come up with, and we could compare meat eaters, and you would notice significant differences. I'm telling you.
Any data from that makes or that proves that what you're doing right now is correct or sustainable. And that is true. I don't think there's ever been a vegan population in all of history, but I think in most of history, we've all been kind of struggling when it comes to being able to eat enough food. And we don't live in that environment anymore. We live in an environment of excess. And
We definitely don't live in our natural environment.
when it comes to peoples like the Okinawans specifically, they're always the ones that I think of when I think of the people who do the best, or even the Africans, some African tribes eating high carb diets.
Ooh, African tribes eating high carb diets, sure. The tribes, instead of going to hunt, they are going to harvest some corn or something. Not going to happen. They all go hunt monkeys, hunt boars, hunt birds, steal the egg from the bird, steal the honey. Like, come on. I mean, yeah, honey is a carb, okay, but still, it's an animal product.
They thrive, they're lean, they're healthy.
That's because they don't eat seed oils, okay? I get it that in some places, even in Africa nowadays, they have like seed oils because yeah, they can't afford meat or something. But yeah, the people that consume seed oils are already don't look as the people who don't consume it.
And they might have the occasional meat, but we talk about these people.
African tribes eat raw meat. They drink the blood. They harvest the organs, or they just simply put like a hole on the cow and just harvest a little blood and leave the animal alive, let it reproduce the blood and all of that. And yeah, that's what they do. Like, don't tell me what they do. uh, only the poorest ones, like, maybe, or the ones that they are no longer living in nature and close to their tribes, or like consuming so much carbs and stuff. I like how Durian Liar keeps bringing up that Kipchoge or whoever, and talks about Kenyans. Kenyans literally drink blood and eat raw meat. I don't know. And there's the other group who just grows like really tall and strong, and they literally drink a lot of raw milk and eat a lot of animal products. So I don't know, which tribe are you talking about? Like, give some examples.
As if they're eating a lot of meat in their diet. And they might eat meat on the order of once a week to once a month.
Depends on how much they can afford. But if they could do it, then they would eat it every day.
Back in the day, like even during biblical times, when I look at the diet.
Yes, but that's also times when when wheat was cultivated and rice was cultivated, and agriculture just took off, and they started planting a lot of seeds, and they were saying they were giving it to majority of the population, and yeah, that's what they had to eat, because yeah, they had to build something like a pyramid, or they had to build like a big castle or something, and they were fed like rice and bread or whatever. Like, that's a bad example.
That they were having, they only had any kind of animal product during maybe celebrations. That's about it.
Yeah, because they got convinced that plants are good for them.
Otherwise, most people eat plant-based diet. And that's why I like to promote.
Yeah, you're clearly missing out on a lot of information. It's like I need to give you like a full course or something, that what actually happened. Okay, wheat and rice and all that garbage, corn, it wasn't around for many years, and it only got cultivated. So yeah. So they wanted to reduce our meat consumption or something.
Promote plant-based diets. I don't always talk about vegan diet because if more people were plant-based, I think everybody could be happier with it. You cannot convince everybody that it's morally wrong to kill animals for food consumption. You just can't get everybody on board with that. But we can all acknowledge that a plant-based diet is healthier for most people. And
Okay, yeah, this is difficult, and I could just end the video right here. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. 100% not. The more meat you eat from a healthy animal, and I say it again, from a healthy animal. I'm not talking about salami that uses meat glue and some type of other meats that they use like red insects, or I don't know what type of chemical to make it more red, or they keep it like super oxygenated to make it look fresh, or they fill it up with cornstarch, like let's say hot dogs, they put a lot of cornstarch inside and a lot of bad chemicals, and they also give like hormones to the farm raised cow or whatever. I'm not talking about that type of meat. I'm talking about from meat that actually comes from a healthy animal, because the other definitely is going to have some bad effects on the health, but it's still healthier than potatoes, broccoli and kale and mushrooms. Okay, any time of the day you definitely would get more nutrients from even the unhealthiest meat than what you get from kale and broccoli and whatever.
and all the healthiest cultures out there had a plant-based diet.
Wrong.
So not plant exclusive, but plant-based. So that gets us back to, well, then why don't I include animal products
Yeah. I think the brainwash is just too deep, guys.
in my diet? If I can thrive on the diet that I am eating now without having to kill an animal.
I don't know. I don't know anything about your past, but there has been only one. So in front of me there was killed pig, there was killed dog, cow when I was a kid, and I fish. I never felt bad for them. I knew that that's food and it's going to taste good. Okay, and only one time when I don't want to name family member. So a family member brought home some fish, and the fish was still alive and living in like a container of water and was still swimming. And I thought that's going to be my pet fish. And I went to kindergarten or something, and I came home and the fish was already prepared as food, and I was traumatized. Okay, that was the only time we can call it like a vegan moment, because I thought that fish is going to survive in that water and it's going to be my pet fish and it's going to be like my friend. Okay, that's the only time. But I was just a kid and I didn't even knew that fish needs a river water or something. And I ate the fish. Fish was actually my favorite food, one of my favorite meats. And yeah, that was my only vegan moment. Maybe you people who like just grow up in like a city and you never experienced any animal slaughtered in front of you for their meat or whatever, harvesting their organs or something. Yeah, you have like different experience, and you're like trying to justify veganism, but not me. The only reason why I went vegan because I wanted to try it out. How is it? And I really thought that, hey, maybe I'm gonna be the first one in family. I guess I even was the first vegan ever in family, and I thought if I do something special like this, it's definitely going to make me live longer or something. But it's definitely not the case, man. Like look at yesterday, for example. I did not have food for like 20 hours only because I consumed some raw bone marrow with some minced meat and some liver, okay? And I kind of consumed a little bit too much bone marrow just because simply I wanted to not have some leftover, because yeah, it was still fresh and I prefer it very fresh. And as a result, for 20 hours I did not have to touch food. I did not have any cravings. Like I could just forget about food entirely. While vegans and people who eat a lot of plants or whatever, they just end up starving and they just get hungry after one meal or something. Oh man, yeah, it's just sad. Yeah, it's clearly meat better for you and gives you energy for longer time and sustained energy and all the good nutrients that's inside. It's just clearly better for you. I think you just forgot, or you just never experienced the type of foods that I am talking about, like the type of foods that I showed you here. Where is it, man? Yeah, another thing, heart. Yeah, you maybe you never even ate a heart like cooked or something. You can eat this 100%. You can eat this big artery. It's 100% edible, and yeah, it's very nutritious. And I guess you're just afraid of it, or it's socially not acceptable or something. And yeah, you're just afraid of others' opinions or some. I don't know, man. Whatever.
Then that's what I'm going to do. Why would I change anything up if I don't have to?
Because you never experienced it, maybe. And I don't know, how can you have something, an opinion of something when you never experienced it?
And I think that's the question that you see a lot of vegan activists asking. We don't live in a...
And no, don't try to like compare. That's what people do. I heard people comparing some type of drug or something to meat, because they try to compare like a strong drug and saying that, oh, but they never experienced that drug either. That actually comes from a plant, okay, whatever. They haven't experienced, so it means it's good for them, or and they try to compare such a things.
A world where all the necessary foods or supplementations one might need to be healthy isn't available. That's the world that most of us live in. And we're not...
Exactly, I do agree. I'm not saying that this meat right here, I'm not saying that this is the best ever, like this lamb heart or something. I wish I could have some deer heart instead, or I don't know, some bear heart or whatever. But hey, I don't have access to that, so I settle with this, okay? But it's still healthier than your food.
We're not telling everybody in the world that they need to be vegan to be ethical. It's supposed to be about whether or not it's possible for that person to eat that kind of diet. This channel seems to go a little bit further in talking about what the ideal diet might be. And it's worth noting that I don't think that people can achieve that ideal very easily. If the ideal diet, based on what I understand of the Bible, and I know a lot of people roll their eyes at that concept. I used to be one of them. But the ideal isn't possible because we don't live in an ideal world. We live in a very different kind of world.
Exactly. I do agree with this, that sometimes just because you get certain foods, like it's limited how many people can eat wild meat nowadays. Just because all this... because hunting is not legal and whatever, and you can't hunt because the animal is like I don't know, it's like endangered species or something, or simply those type of species are protected or whatever, and you just can't do it because you're just gonna risk getting in jail. And I get it that it's not possible for everybody, but for those that it is possible, they should just do it.
World. We are not in the Garden of Eden. So then there are some...
In Garden of Eden, whatever, we are eating a lot of animal products, and the best, yeah, fruit, of course, fruit as well. I like pesticides free fruits, that's for sure.
Different ways we can go about filling in those gaps. Some people might talk about having low fat, lean cuts of meat from a healthy animal. That was what the question is. Why don't I have that? And I will say I did at one point. When I was doing more of that paleo style, I wasn't like the unhealthy, put butter and MTC oil and coconut oil and mix it in with my coffee kind of paleo. I ate fruit and vegetables, avoid beans and grains, and I ate animal products.
Nice, that was better, 100%.
And by animal products, I mean meat. I didn't even do the whole dairy thing because I think people were a little more strict about getting rid of dairy from your diet because it wasn't what they believe paleo people were eating.
I agree with this. I'm not saying milk is 100% bad, but it's not as good as compared to something like raw liver, raw meat.
And to be fair, dairy makes no sense for humans. It might have made sense for people who couldn't grow anything else and all they could do was eat cows and the secretions of those cows, you know, the milk meant for their babies. But
Milk was harvested just because, yeah, they could do it, and it was a safe way for them to. It was a safe way for them to keep producing milk, and they also made cheese out of it, and cheese could be stored for a long time, and all of that. It just became part of our diet. It does contain many good nutrients, especially if it's consumed raw, but it's not the most ideal. Okay. Yeah, I think that dairy, it was like just a part of like a safety net of having enough food. Okay, like you could easily just get the milk, and not easily, because yeah, there's a procedure or whatever, but let's say you could get the milk without hurting the animal, and you still had milk for like many days or months or something until the cow was still producing the milk. And maybe you, yeah, I don't want to give the rest of the details, because yeah, we are talking to a vegan, and yeah, they might get hurt because I'm talking about the animal, whatever.
Once we're all weaned from mother's milk, from human milk, it makes no sense for us to continue having it. And the fact that so many people
I agree
in the world are allergic to milk, it makes sense.
I am not a huge fan of milk, but I believe that raw milk and aged raw milk is the best type of dairy you can consume. I just like the taste of certain artisan cheeses, and I'm saying that, yeah, it's also not the best thing to consume, but I just prefer the taste, and I still get good nutrition out of it.
That we shouldn't have it and we shouldn't promote it, especially on any kind of food pyramid. If a lot of us are allergic to it, it shouldn't be on there.
There's nothing to be allergic to it. People might get allergic, like, or whatever, because the milk was like pasteurized or something, but yeah, you can't be allergic to milk from a healthy animal.
There's plenty of other ways to get whatever nutrients.
Whatever, I'm not promoting milk either. Yeah, we can just promote organs and muscle meat all day, and yeah, that's fine.
People think they're getting from dairy on that. But fortunately, this person wasn't asking about that. They were asking about the lean meat. So yes, when I was...
Yeah, you can get away with lean meat, and you can just do the low-fat thing easily. Like, you can just eat minced meat that's like 5%, 12% fat. Yeah, that's nothing. And some raw liver, and whatever else organ you can get. Heart, like the lean part of the heart. And you can get away with consuming like very little fat. And I honestly don't feel the need to consume so much fat. I'm getting satisfied just from few tablespoons of fat, and plus the minced meat already has some fat, and other cuts has some fat. So yeah, My fat cravings are like completely satisfied. 24 out of 7.
Paleo, I did the lean meats then. I don't know, and I was very particular about it. Part of the reason why I cut back and started doing more plant based, besides the environmental reasons, I wanted to do better, it was because it was simply too expensive. And that
I agree. I agree that meat, especially good quality meat, it can be more expensive than a package of kale or lettuce or a bag of but I agree with this. I'm not saying that it's cheap, and I'm not saying that I'm spending little money on food.
does make a lot of sense. If people were to eat
For organic, what does she say? For organic, grass-fed, cage-free, wild-caught, etc. I didn't fake valuing healthy meat while actually buying the cheap stuff like most. I'm not saying that I buy the best quality and the most expensive, but yeah, I do my best.
the kind of meat that they say they all value, they wouldn't be eating it 3 times a day. And that's what people seem to want to promote, including
And some of it you don't even need. If you get like good quality, you don't even need to eat like 3 times a day or something. If you just sit down and eat, depends, man. Sometimes you're hungrier because you have like a more active day, and sometimes you can just get away with 1 meal a day. But remember, I'm talking about raw meat specifically. I don't know if you're gonna bring up in this video, but to just know that chemically it's not the same thing eating raw meat compared to eating cooked meat. And it depends how much time it was cooked and at what temperature and all of that. So you maybe you just don't have experience with raw meat.
the food pyramid. Everybody thinks that somehow we're all fat and protein deprived, and that's
Nobody cares about protein, man. I never care about how much protein I consumed or something. I eat plenty of meat, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm also having it raw, so I'm pretty sure it's like a very efficient way of getting enough protein for me. And what did you say? Yeah, let me hear it.
and that's what people seem to want to promote, including the food pyramid. Everybody thinks that somehow we're all fat and protein deprived, and that's not the culture.
Fat is a good source of energy, just like carbs is somewhat, yeah, it's alright if you're getting it from fruit and you're also getting hydration and all of that. Like that's how you should look at fat. It's a good source of energy, like that's where the calories mostly should come from, and of course some carbs, whatever, from fruit. And fat is also contains like a lot of fat soluble vitamins that make your skin look better, and that's what makes your skin shine and all of that. It's by definition good for you. You cannot replace it with kale, and you cannot replace it with potatoes, man. It's just chemically not the same, and you just won't get those building blocks. All right? Everybody knows that. I guess you're clear with this, that plant matter, it's not going to be the same as the meat. Like molecularly how it's built, it's not going to be the same, and it's just not doesn't have the same building blocks. And even if it has traces of what the meat has, it's in very, very small quantity. Like maybe that's why you need to eat so much, because it does have certain things that meat has, but it's just in such a small quantity that sometimes it's even unabsorbable, because it's just locked up in the fiber, and you just don't chew the fiber, or you just destroy it by cooking it. Yeah, it's just a sad meal.
We live in America. We've never eaten more protein than we do now.
But the problem is that if you're eating it cooked, then you're going to consume more, because you're missing out on certain micronutrients. and it's not the same protein when it's cooked to that compared to eating it raw.
So I don't need the excess protein. I don't need the excess fat.
But it's a bad way to think that it's all about protein. There's so many, like probably, I don't know in number, but yet the number is pretty big in terms of, if you would look at meat from like an electron, like a microscope, you would see many things there, okay? Like in terms of molecular structures, okay? And some of them you can't even spell how it's spelled or something. It wouldn't even fit in a big book, all the list that it contains. And plants just simply don't have that. And right now in your body, those things, as human, you have them, okay? And you need to consume them to get them. And you need to consume them raw, not destroyed by heat. And that's the ideal thing to do, okay? It's one thing that we can't get as it was in nature, like the wild meat or whatever. But you do your best.
Because it might be lean meat, but it's not that lean. It's not.
So what? Are you saying that? Yeah, sometimes the fat is present as collagen or something, even in lean meat, because yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And you are also not supposed to be like super lean, and in your muscle it should be present, so you should consume it.
Still some animal fat in it, and there's certainly animal protein in it. And if anybody's watched or read anything from T. Colin Campbell,
oh yeah, I know, I saw your old videos. You met all these doctors that I don't agree with. And all these famous people or something.
you will see the association with increased animal meat or animal protein meant increased rate of cancer.
Again, you're talking about processed meats. Yeah. You just don't seem to get it.
So he talked about it being, you could.
I don't care what he talked. I know this Campbell or something. Yeah, Durian Liar keeps bringing him up, Colin Campbell or something. I think that they just wrote this book for money.
You will see the association with increased animal meat or animal protein meant increased rate of cancer. So he talked about it being.
I'm not defending bad quality meat, okay?
You can turn it on and you can turn it off. If I can get all the nutrients I need from plants alone, why wouldn't...
You could get it maybe from a plant that it's from another planet, okay? But not the ones that it's on planet Earth, okay? Because no plant on planet Earth is going to be good enough for you that it would replace meat. When let's say, okay, whatever. I'm just not gonna say that. But yeah, let's just listen what else you have to say.
I do that instead. The only reason a lot of people keep meat in is because of taste. And
taste is the nutrients. You can taste the nutrients, okay? If you would bring me some type of lab-made aroma or something of meat, I would instantly tell that, yeah, the taste is not enough. I need those molecular structures. And sometimes, even to me, like the best quality muscle meat that I can get, it doesn't taste good, and that means that I don't need those nutrients. But if I don't have it for 1 or 2 days, I'm craving it, and it tastes like the best meat ever, okay? So, I guess you're just unaware of this. But yeah, the taste is also the nutrients. But it never happens to me that I'm hungry and something that how to put it, like let's say on certain days I just don't crave liver, and that means I just had enough. Maybe I'm having more fat on that day or something. I don't know how to put it.
tradition and it's what they grew up on. And my aunt made me something special, and I'm going to
Exactly, they grew up on meat, and it's disrespectful to your ancestors to question it and and to look down upon that diet that they had, and they had it to actually thrive. Okay, and I done the experiments, and I do agree that what my parents fed me was 100% healthier than any vegan diet.
eat this. And this is the controversy. I don't find that there's a whole lot wrong in being plant-based almost all the time in your life, and then being the person that relaxes their values, because if that'll get that person to eat far fewer animals than going to the extreme.
People's values are all just messed up, and they like rearranged in like different ways just so they try to cope with this. But it's all brainwash in the end of the day, because they all try to explain themselves with some type of logic, but they suffer and then they get angry at me or something.
End of vegan, which is such a small, such a small percentage of us. I would
Luckily.
rather that person get rid of most of the animal products, and then that one time they go off to France and they just have to have that treat, then let them. And let's not guilt trip people either.
I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I truly mean the best for you, and that's why I took my time to explain it. But yeah, I think you're just too deep into these books that you read or something.
I know it's an ethical thing for a lot of vegans to want to make sure animal exploitation is completely zero. And I get that, especially when they relate it to things like, oh, only a little bit of.
I'm gonna say it. No life of the animal matters more to me than my life. Like, my health is the most important to me. And after that, yeah, we can take care of the animals and not kill them as much. But until I'm hungry or something, I need to satisfy my hunger and get my nutritional needs. And only animals can give me that. So yeah, they are food, and that's that. There's no hard feelings about that.
Rape's okay. Only a little bit of murder is okay. That's the equivalent.
Not a little bit. It needs to be enough. Okay? You need to be satisfied, and you have to get your nutritional needs.
Point that they're trying to make. And while I see the point, just know that most humans, most people don't put animals on this.
Here's another reason why I went vegan back in the days for the first time. It was simply because sometimes I felt like the meat is not good quality enough. It didn't taste good. It didn't taste good also because it was cooked. Like, come on, cooked meat, like, well done. And maybe it wasn't good quality sometimes or something, I don't know. It just doesn't taste right. And that's why people need to add all these spices and strong flavors and everything, because yeah, it's simply bad quality, and they try to give it like a different flavor. And I do agree that some vegan foods taste better than that cooked meat on occasion, just because you're craving different micronutrients that you would get from raw meat, and that's why you are going towards plant-based options. I remember being curious about what it was, like chickpea burgers or something, and I asked my parents to make me some, and they made it for me. And I wasn't looking at it that, hey, I'm now vegan or something. I was just looking at it that I could imagine myself having sometimes some chickpea burgers instead of real meat burgers just because the real meat sometimes it just doesn't taste that good, especially in cooked form. And for me, back then, raw meat, like, there was no option. I didn't even knew where the meat comes from. Like, there was no actual YouTube channels like this one, like mine, that actually documents you to try only a little bit or something, to experiment with it if it's good to eat it raw or something. Like, there was no such an option for me. So instead of me eating like cooked meat, maybe I ate some type of plant-based options. But if we were not living in this brainwashed world or something, and raw meat was like normal to eat, then yeah, I would probably never go near chickpea burgers, because yeah, the meat would be already good enough, and we would not need to eat bread and all that garbage of starches. I hate starches, man.
Same level as humans, and I don't think they're going to change their.
Just interrupting again. Yeah, I had one potato like 1 or 2 days ago. It was so disappointing. I'm definitely never buying potato again. I don't know why. I don't know. For some reason, I was just missing it, and yeah, whatever. But potato is super disappointing.
Minds. So for a lot of vegans, it just sucks. And you know what? You kind of just have to get over it. And that's where I've been.
Sorry, what sucks?
Don't put animals on the same level as humans, and I don't think they're going to change their minds. So for a lot of vegans, it just sucks. And you know what? You kind of just have to get over it. And that's where I've been. I used to be a very angry vegan. But also, I think a lot of meat eaters just need to stop pushing their agenda on the vegans.
I'm never gonna leave a comment again. Like, I just left those few trying to. It's always tempting for me to try to change people's minds and to come back to their senses. But if I can't do it, then I'm just gonna give up. And yeah, I'm not gonna leave any more comments, and that's it. It was just my first few comments, and you need to calm down. It's not like I'm going to just push my agenda or something that you call. It's not agenda. This is reality. Okay, this is what we eat in nature, and this is what your ancestors ate in nature, and you can try to reinvent it or come up with new food ideas or something, but it's just not going to work, okay? It's like you no longer want to be a human being, and you don't want to eat what humans eat in nature. You're trying to reinvent it to eat those lentils or something, okay? It's like you want to be like a different species or something, but you're not a different species. You're a human being, and this is what humans eat in nature, okay? And in nature, when they take it out, it's still pumping, okay? And yeah, it looks a lot more flavorful than this one. This one stayed in at the butcher's for like, I don't know for how long. It's still fresh, okay? It tasted perfectly fine. But I bet it tastes even better when it's freshly harvested. Just like freshly harvested fruit directly from the tree that was tree ripened, exactly like that. This tastes better when it's freshly harvested. Yeah, I don't want to talk about more details. Okay.
Don't see why anybody would want to force or try and get a.
I'm not forcing you. Did I come to you and was forcing you to eat whatever? I'm never like trying to push to eat this or that. I get it that it's not comfortable. You're just not going to be from this brainwashed world. You're just not going to be comfortable eating this, okay? You're just not going to sit down and have a meal like this. You're not going to have this. Like, this is like some people's portion of rice or something. Like, this is my rice and this is my beetroot, okay? Or what else? Other example I can give. Okay, you're just not you're probably gonna eat the grapefruit or something. Yeah, you probably would eat the cheese because yeah, you're comfortable. But the thing that is in the middle, like this liver and this minced meat, you're just not going to be comfortable enough to just sit down and eat it. You just need to get over it in your head first and realize that this is real food. I guess you're just having a comfortable life or something, but I don't know. When you're like more stressed out or something, yeah, you just come back more to your senses and you realize that something is wrong and that this is the food that we are meant to be eating. I get it, the dairy part. I'm not saying the dairy is like what you see here on my plate. This is it was Fior delle Alpi cheese and Pecorino Romano. This is the Pecorino Romano, this is the Fior delle Alpi. Okay, it's not going to be as hearty as liver and as this fresh minced meat. It might contain certain extra nutrients because like calcium or something, because simply that's accumulated in the milk, and from the aged cheese you get certain things. But yeah, whatever. It overall, this is what you see in the middle, the meat part and the organ. It's a lot more nutritious.
Another person who's eating plant-based and they're healthy.
And after all, I'm not pushing this like you must eat this or something. I get it that yeah, some people would be like comfortable maybe eating it cooked or something and just less cooked. It's something that you kind of need to be rewired to. And believe me that this is far more appetizing, like far more appetizing than eating some kale, okay, or some potato. Like, I can't imagine myself. Yeah, let me show you my potato meal. Where is it? Right here, okay. Yeah, here's my potato meal. I just placed like some butter on top, and that's the only way for me to consume potato. Like you need to put some type of animal fat on top or something.
To try and acknowledge or eat meat occasionally, even. Like, what's the point in trying to get somebody to lessen their values? It's one thing if you were trying.
Your values are messed up.
Trying to improve their ethical values, but to lessen it when there's no need for it. I don't get it.
There's total need for it, but yeah, okay.
The only other thing I could see is from more of a selfish standpoint, and that might not be it. I'm just...
Yes, I agree that it is totally selfish to eat meat. And you should be selfish in that way that your nutrition, your health is more important than the health of the animal.
Guessing. But if you feel the need to justify your own choices in your diet, then you don't need to try and justify it by trying to get vegans to eat meat. Like,
you know what? It's actually I would actually be like angry if tomorrow I went to the store or to the butcher or something and I wanted to buy certain animal products and it wasn't in stock anymore because I made a video how healthy it is and now people have changed. And yeah, now my meat is out of stock and the organs are out of stock and bone marrow is out of stock and liver is out of stock because my video went viral and now everybody is buying it, and they all go to the places where I go to and everything is out of stock. And what am I supposed to eat now? Am I supposed to eat some vegan food or something? Like, come on, man. I guess I'm selfish in this way, but I'm not selfish in that way to tell you that what is actually healthy for you. But yeah, this is my point that yeah, I would not be happy if it wasn't in stock anymore what I really want to eat.
That doesn't make sense. So just let them be their ethical selves.
Yeah, I let you be whatever diet you want to be. Like it's not like I'm gonna make like 10 videos or something. I tried like different ways in the past to make videos to explain it, and it never really worked. If it did work, I could see vegans that left some comments, then they deleted it, because I guess it made some type of sense to them, and maybe they went back to their drawing board and tried to figure out, and maybe they are no longer vegan or something. That's the best case scenario. But I believe that in some ways I awakened some type of reality in them to realize that veganism is not the way. And I admit that I want to end veganism. I want veganism to be like non-existent, like totally. Yeah. And you can call me like the high carb, low fat vegan diet destroyer, because I want to completely destroy it, and I don't ever want it to be like a popular thing or something. Yeah, that's my plan.
Through life, and if that means they're going to be unhealthy for it,
I want to spread the truth, and I want people to just no longer be vegan. Yeah, that's my plan.
let it be, just let it
And
be.
I'm not. It's not like I'm going to like push it and force it upon themselves or something. I'm just gonna make videos and yeah.
Let them be unhealthy.
Yeah. Some people are just It's like it's natural selection.
Some of us went and changed our diet assuming it would be less healthy for us until we did the research, starting with Caldwell Esselstyn, going to T. Colin Campbell, going to Neil Barnard.
Yeah, the Campbell and the Neil Barnard, who I don't know. Yeah, I have a very low opinion on them.
Researching all these guys.
They deserve zero respect.
And then seeing what people from the blue zones, what they're doing right, seeing what people were thriving on. So it sounds like this person.
Nobody was thriving on that. Just because you get like a burst of energy from some carbs, just because until now you were like afraid of carbs or something. Oh yeah, this is one psychological trick that Durian Liar and all these people that promote carbs or something do. So let's see. People are afraid of carbs. Then they hear from Durian Liar or from whatever doctor that carbs are okay. Then they have some carbs and they get a burst of energy. Just because sugar, it absorbs fast, and yeah, it does increase your energy. Like it's no denial that carbs increase energy. And now they think that, oh my days, it's so healthy. Yeah, whatever, man. I never was in denial about that, because I realized at very young age that if I have some nice fresh fruit juice or even fruit juice from the store, I do get like a burst of energy. Okay, and yeah, I do feel healthier in that moment. And yeah, that's all. Carbs are like fast energy or something, and that's all they are. It's not like something that is going to maintain your health.
And believes in the high carb, low fat diet, and just having the occasional meat. I think that's where they're at, just from these comments. And if that's you, live your life.
Exactly. That's exactly what I believe in. Not necessarily high carbs as much as you crave, and the number is going to be much lower when you're consuming raw meat.
You're doing a decent job, probably not promoting eating meat 3 times a day like most people are.
Maybe I don't even need to eat 3 times a day. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm doing better job than those who promote like strict carnivore, like with cooked meat, and they need to eat like 3-5 meals, where they eat like every meal they eat like 5 steaks or something. Like, no, I'm not eating that much. I eat as much as I need, but I eat it raw, and I do add fruit.
We don't need more people promoting meat. We need more people.
But meat is the definition of nutrition, okay? Carbs and whatever is just a source of energy. The way you should look at carbs, it's like charging your phone, and the way should you look at meat and organs and all of that, it's like that. Those are the building blocks, like the It's the material that is made out of your again, let me put it again. So the carbs are like charging your phone, and meat and organs is like the metal parts and all of that of the of the of the internal parts of the phone. Okay, you don't need also to maintain it. It's like the software and all of that. That's how you should look at it. Just carbs and plants is just not enough.
Promoting sustainable, plant-based, starch-based.
It's sustainable because I admit that being on high carb, low fat vegan diet and occasionally having some type of vegan mock meats, it's somewhat better than other types of vegans who are just on total eating disorder. Okay, like let's say the people that are like just eating fully raw plants or something, or they try to do some type of vegan keto thing, but it's not satisfying, and that's why you need to fill yourself up with so much volume of kale and potatoes. I don't know. I could not eat your meals. That's 100%. I know you look at my meals and you're like, yeah, you cannot eat it, but trust me, this is what humans eat in nature, and not what you eat.
Diets. I also had another thought on the whole thing. If the idea of a perfect vegan diet is keeping you in that place where you feel you have to reintroduce meat to be healthy again, then maybe you are going too extreme. Maybe you need to have rice and beans and avocado and all those
Never. Avocado, yeah, sure, I can have some avocado.
other plant-based foods that are still healthy for you.
But I never gonna have rice and beans or whatever.
Stop with the all-fruit diet. Stop with just the fruit and vegetables. Diagnose yourself. Are you somebody prone to the eating disorders? Are you somebody who tries to purposely undereat by a lot because you are seeking a certain kind of body? If you
No, I don't chase like any type of ideal body or something.
are struggling with this concept and you think you need meat to be healthy, know that it might not be the meat.
It doesn't matter what you think or what I think. In the end of the day, that's what humans eat in nature, and that's what we need to thrive.
That you needed, but the calories that you are finally allowing.
But you can't have an opinion about this, okay? Like, you just can't have an opinion about something that you did not try. I already told you that you have not tried my foods. Whatever, I hope you watch this video until the end, and I hope you learn something from it.
Yourself when you eat meat. So
what do I have to do when I eat meat?
know that it might not be the meat that you needed, but the calories that you are finally allowing yourself.
It's not just the calories, it's the micronutrients that I'm getting that are definitely more present in meat than in your plants. And some of it, you're just never going to ever have that type of nutritious food that I'm having if you're just not having exactly what I'm having. No matter how much plants you eat, and no matter how much good quality or whatever, and where you export it from, or where did you order your plants from, it's just not going to be the same. Okay.
When you eat meat. So whenever I see people like failing on a vegan diet, I tend to notice that they are the extreme type. They've gone to certain extremes, and going to a no.
What you eat is also extreme. I see it extremely extreme. Just green leaves, like, come on. Green leaves and potatoes.
Fat diet is an extreme diet. It's even extreme within veganism. So
yeah, what is extreme? Eating raw meat? I guess that's what she means. Then there's no help for you if you see that as extreme.
If that's where you're at and you feel you need to reintroduce the animal products, maybe reintroduce the higher calorie plant foods.
Like what? Like rice?
Eat sandwiches.
Sandwiches with bread? Come on. I did not eat bread like since I went on this, because simply bread represents like lean meat. Come on, that's what it represents, but it's just not as satisfying.
Eat burritos.
Burritos. Oh, another wheat product, like the thing, the circle thing. It's like a wheat, whatever.
Have some
The
vegan
wrap.
pizza.
Vegan pizza. I admit that I had delicious vegan pizzas, but since I'm having real cheese, I just no longer crave it.
There are plenty of unhealthy vegans out there. There are plenty of vegans who eat enough food, all right? You don't need to go to extremes.
Yeah, I read this today that some high carb, low fat vegans said that you just need to eat more calories and then your nutritional needs are just met. I guess in some ways you just trying to mentally like get me tired and to just give in. But yeah, I'm just not going to listen to it.
And if you felt better eating the lean meat, that might have been you. It's just something.
It's not just me, it's all human beings. But let's hear what you have to say.
If you felt better eating the lean meat, that might have been you. It's just something to think about.
I just took delivery.
Wait, man. I didn't want it to switch videos.
Have the occasion.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it might have been just me. No, it's all human beings. Like, this is what... my diet works for all human beings, and if 98% of the population would disagree with me, or whatever, man, whatever percentage, I don't agree. I don't care about it. I am right, and they are all wrong. Yeah, we can end the video right here and right now. Thanks for watching.